Hello and welcome to Views on News. I'm Jawad Tehami. The strategic cooperative partnership between Pakistan and China is getting strengthened with every single passing day, with more and more high-level engagements happening as we speak. Chinese Foreign Minister Mr. Wang is in Pakistan on his official visit, and he has already had some important interactions, including with President Asif Ali Zardari, as well as with Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Ishaq Dar. And the sixth round of the Pakistan-China strategic dialogue took place, which was, of course, co-chaired by Chinese Foreign Minister Mr. Wang Yi, as well as Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Ishaq Dar. And later on, they addressed a joint press conference in which Mr. Ishaq Dar said, let me quote, "We held fruitful and substantive discussions today covering diverse areas of mutual interest. We took stock of progress achieved since the last round of strategic dialogue. We also exchanged views on the entire gamut of Pakistan-China relations, including CPEC, trade and investment, science and technology, and people-to-people cooperation." Also, during this particular dialogue between Pakistan and China, the preparations regarding the upcoming visit of Pakistan's Prime Minister Mr. Shehbaz Sharif to China at the end of this particular month, where he'll be going to attend the Heads of State Summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And on the sidelines, he's expected to have high-level engagements, especially with Chinese President Mr. Xi Jinping, as well as other world leaders. Also, during that particular visit, it is much anticipated that the second phase of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, a multi-billion project, which is one of the flagship projects of Belt and Road Initiative, would be also officially launched. Coming back to this particular joint presser that took place today, Chinese Foreign Minister Mr. Wang Yi, for his part, said China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is the cornerstone of Pakistan and China's strategic partnership. He has also said current priority is to advance development of the corridor. Both the sides agree to upgrade China-Pakistan Economic Corridor into a growth corridor, livelihood enhancing corridor, green corridor, and open corridor. He's also said, let me quote some important statements from his presser. "We will work hard to deepen our industrial, agriculture and mining cooperation to improve the Pakistani people's welfare, accelerate Pakistan's capability for self-sustained development, and increase Pakistan's economic resilience." He has also added China was also supporting the development and operation of Gwadar Port and promoting the Karakoram Highway realignment project. He has also welcomed the third-party participation in ML1 railway project as well. He's also said the two sides will jointly prepare and ensure the success of the series of the activities of the 75th anniversary of China-Pakistan diplomatic relations next year. And more specifically, he has commended Pakistan's role in combating terrorism, saying Islamabad was effectively protecting the safety of the Chinese personnel and institutions. China highly commends Pakistan's tireless efforts in combating terrorism, as it firmly believes that Pakistan's counter-terrorism operation will secure victory. A day earlier, we saw the sixth round of the trilateral meeting among the foreign ministers of Pakistan, China and the interim Afghan authorities in Kabul. And according to Pakistan's Foreign Office, the three sides committed to strengthening joint efforts against terrorism. They also reaffirmed their commitment to deepening collaboration in trade, transit, regional development, health, education, culture, and combating drug trafficking, as well as the extension of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor to Afghanistan. Let me bring in our esteemed panel of guests to talk about these developments as far as this bilateral relationship between Pakistan and China vis-a-vis the second phase of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is concerned, and also that particular trilateral meeting among Pakistan, Afghanistan and China that was held in Kabul a day earlier. What's the significance of that, and what does CPEC, an extension of it, does entail for the Afghan people? In the studio, we are honored to be joined by Mr. Khalid Taimur Akram. He's expert in international relations. Mr. Akram, thank you very much for your time, for being with us on the show tonight. Really appreciate that. Mr. Akram, let's specifically talk about the current trajectory of this particular bilateral relationship. Mr. Wang is here. A number of issues of bilateral interest have been discussed. There has been a reaffirmation of further consolidating this long-standing strategic cooperative partnership between the two countries. How are you looking at the timing of this particular visit by Mr. Wang to Pakistan, especially when Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is expected to visit China at the end of this month, primarily to attend the SCO Heads of State Summit, but of course is going to be an official launch of CPEC Phase 2 as well?
Yeah, thank you very much. This is a very important visit, and I would say a timely visit of the Chinese foreign minister to Pakistan, because just yesterday Mr. Ishaq Dar and the Chinese foreign minister were in Afghanistan talking to them, and immediately after that he has come to Pakistan. And we have also seen the meetings of the Chinese and the Indians a few days back. So China is currently doing an extensive diplomacy in among the Asian countries, especially with the neighboring countries, because China is also stepping into the phase 2 of the Belt and Road Initiative. As we know that 155 countries are part of Belt and Road Initiative, and the infrastructure part of the Belt and Road is almost completed, and now we are in the 12th year of the BRI, and CPEC, being part of BRI, is very close to the Chinese heart, because President Xi Jinping always has considered CPEC as the flagship project of BRI. And we have seen in last couple of months that China has not only offered Afghanistan for the inclusion in CPEC, but also the Central Asian countries are now connected with us through this CPEC, and now China calls them land-linked countries, not landlocked countries. So Pakistan, being at the important geostrategic place for the CPEC, holds a very, very important place, not only the CPEC but also in the BRI. It will be very interesting for the audience to know that out of the 6 corridors passing through various countries, the 3 BRI corridors which are they are passing from Central Asia. Now connecting Central Asia with CPEC means that the 4 corridors will be connected to each other, which is very important for not only for China but also for Pakistan, because all the transit trade coming from the land-linked countries towards Gwadar, towards Karachi, is going to be through Afghanistan, passing through Pakistan and reaching to the port. So practically speaking, it's not only China but the Central Asian countries are now also connected to the warm waters of Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean, which will not only reduce the distance for these countries, but also will give these countries an opportunity to move their businesses towards Pakistan. And China is practically now moving out its business in all parts of the world. They want the assembly plants to come to Pakistan. They want the production lines and transfer of technology to come to Pakistan. So if you see the overall picture, so I would say this visit before the Prime Minister visit is very, very important. And let me just add to the SCO thing. Prime Minister is not only going for the SCO, but on 4th of September, there will be a big B2B forum between Chinese businessmen and Pakistani businessmen is happening in Beijing, in which almost 150 businessmen are already earmarked in Pakistan who are willing to go to China and start negotiating with the Chinese business people. And what I've heard from my Chinese friends in China, more than 200 big Chinese companies will be participating, and they will be meeting the CEOs of the big Chinese companies, will be meeting His Excellency Shehbaz Sharif in Beijing. So this visit is not only of the important timings, but it is giving a message, a clear message to the world that in BRI, for starting the phase 2 of BRI, Pakistan is one of the first choices of China.
Mr. Khalid Taimur Akram, industrial relocation, there was a mention by Mr. Ahsan Iqbal during a review meeting regarding the Joint Cooperative Committee of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, as well as the preparations regarding the upcoming visit of the Prime Minister to China. It was also decided to conduct the data-driven studies on China's industrial relocation trends and to map market segments where Pakistan has export strengths. Of course, there's been emphasis by the Honorable Minister regarding as to tap into that very potential and take a considerable chunk as far as China's imports of goods annually is concerned. And Pakistan should be actually capitalizing that particular area through enhancing its exports. So how the two things are interrelated? Firstly, the relocation of industry from China to Pakistan, ultimately enhancement of exports so that our goods could make a place and access in the Chinese market.
Yes, that study is already started in China, and fortunately I have the honor of being part of that study which is happening in China about the industry reallocation to the region. So what China is looking at is sending their industrial units to Pakistan, not only to cater the needs of the Pakistani market, but also to cater the need of the region. Because if you see, Pakistan has roughly population of 240 to 45 million. The Central Asia and Afghanistan, they have population of around 150 million, and then Iran. So what China is looking at is to make Pakistan as a base for these 500 million people who are not only in Pakistan but living around us also. So the industry which is likely to move to Pakistan in that, one is the electric vehicle industry, second is the solar manufacturing industry, third is the lithium batteries manufacturing industry. As we know that one lithium manufacturing factory is already established now in Karachi. Also agriculture goods and machinery factories and bus manufacturing and EV car manufacturing factories. So these are, I would say, would be the first of the reallocation done towards Pakistan side. Now what we need to do is that we need to bridge the gap of the research, because in Pakistan still we do not have that kind of research, and still we do not have that kind of expertise that tomorrow from assembly line we can go to the production line or transfer of technology. So for that, China will definitely and is helping us in strengthening our skilled labor. We have seen that a lot of agriculture scientists are going over there. So very soon we will see that China will offer trainings in EVs, they will offer trainings in electric car manufacturing industry. So these industries are moving out, and China is eyeing Pakistan not only for Pakistan but also for this region, and through Gwadar port and other ports of the region to African market and beyond also. So this is the trajectory which China is going to follow. And yes, once these things will be made in Pakistan, then of course the Chinese market will also be open to them. And those factories which will be reallocating to Pakistan, they most of them already have their international market. So that market will also be capitalized by Pakistan, and things will be sold with the label of made in Pakistan. And of course China will ensure and will help us in a smooth supply chain system.
So regarding the opportunities for the youth, as to the creation of employment or job opportunities related with this particular China-Pakistan economic corridor phase 2, and these primary sectors or the priority sectors that you've already mentioned, the EVs, the solar manufacturing, lithium batteries manufacturing, as well as agriculture goods and bus manufacturing is also concerned.
Textile is one of them also. Please don't forget the textile sector.
Yes,
textile
That's
sectors.
one of the major sectors where Pakistan has certain advantages.
Right. So in terms of all these industries, what's the potential and to what scale could we anticipate the creation of the jobs and employment?
This is a very interesting question, because once the phase 1 of the CPEC was being held, most of our youths were very disappointed, and they used to, when I used to go to various universities, they would always ask, what's in it for us? Because we must understand the phase 1 dealt with the infrastructure part of it. So most of the jobs which were created over there was of the unskilled labor or for the labor class. But now once the industry is coming in, so now this is the time when people will, our scientists, our electric engineers, mechanical engineers, they are going to benefit out of these. And also I must mention one thing, that CPEC is essentially a transit corridor also. So any country which caters and which is the transit corridor for any trade or anything over there, the service industry also flourish. So we will be very soon seeing the service industry, including hotel industry, medical industry, logistic industry being developed in Pakistan, because Pakistan will not only cater for the industrial relocation, but Pakistan is a major and I would say the only transit route for the CPEC countries, because 5 Central Asian countries and Afghanistan, those 6 countries and China of course also, the 7 countries are dependent on this Pak-China economic corridor. So once the goods and logistics coming from 7 countries over here, so we will see a surge in development of the service industry in Pakistan also. So I would say that the jobs for the youth will be created in all segments, but now this is the time that we must revise our university curriculums. We must prepare our youth on that international standard where they could compete with the students of Central Asia, with Chinese youth coming up, because those jobs are not only going to be open for Pakistani youth, but those jobs are going to be open for the youth of these neighboring countries also.
Right. Mr. Khalid Taimur Akram, firstly, going back to that very point, what's your understanding with the integration and more advancement in the field of artificial intelligence? At the same time, it provides us an opportunity and enhancing the skill and the capacity of our youth in that particular direction. Do you think it could also threaten the very livelihoods or the opportunities or replace humans in multifarious fields?
No, I don't think so, because this is a now long-standing debate, and on social media and on other forms of the media, this debate is going on. But what I have seen in China, what I'm sure Dr. Saab also have seen in China, is that the jobs are not reduced. There are much more jobs created. Artificial intelligence is basically not there to take the place of humans, but it's there to facilitate us. Yes, there are now electric e-taxis without drivers being tested in China. There are many other things, like for the delivery, there are now drones also, they're delivering food also, and the role of the delivery boys and girls, it is getting minimal in China. But at the same time, there are many other avenues which are created because of this artificial intelligence in the field of computers, in the fields of data mining, in the fields of in many other fields. So what I see artificial intelligence as, it is a tool for advancement, not as a tool which will replace the humans. And for a country like Pakistan, I think it will take us another 15-20 years to reach to that level where China is standing right today. So we should not be worried about the immediate inclusion of the artificial intelligence. What we should be looking forward for the chip development in Pakistan, we should be looking forward for bringing in more and more artificial intelligence related things, especially in health sector, especially in agriculture sector also. Now drones are being used in Pakistan for the spray of the pesticides and other things. So for us, artificial intelligence, I would say right now, it is a blessing. It is going to give a momentum to the industry which is being moved in Pakistan.
So how are you looking at Afghanistan's position or interim Afghan authorities' understanding? Of course, we know that they want something from the world, but at the end of the day, when it comes to Pakistan, expecting reciprocation, because Pakistan has already done so much for them, Afghan people. Now there has been an elevation of diplomatic relations most recently as well. There's been a trilateral moot just yesterday. Now there is something which has been said by Afghan acting foreign minister, who reaffirmed Afghanistan's commitment to ensuring its territory is not used by any terrorist group against Pakistan or other nations. So when it comes to they receiving things from Pakistan, Pakistan being good to them, that's fine. But what about this, alleviating this particular long-held concern by Pakistan with the kind of resurgence of terrorism we have witnessed?
Yes, this is a very interesting question, because now Afghanistan's stakes are not only in Pakistan. Now they have stakes in China, they have stakes in Central Asia. Because if Afghanistan has to be part of this corridor, if Afghanistan wants to get benefit out of the CPEC, then Afghanistan has to control terrorism, then Afghanistan has to amend their laws, then Afghanistan has to cooperate not only with Pakistan but with also other regional countries, because Afghans are going to get the most benefit out of the transit trade, because 5 Central Asian countries, they merge in Afghanistan. Tajikistan, if the Tajiks have to send their goods to Pakistan, they have to use this route through Afghanistan. If Uzbeks or Kazakhs or Turkmenistan or Kyrgyzstan has to use Pakistani ports, they have to come through Afghanistan. So for Afghanistan, there is a lot in CPEC. So, but they have to cooperate with us, they have to cooperate with the region, and they have to counter terrorism. And I'm sure with China being a guarantor, they are going to cooperate.
Mr. Khalid Taimur Akram, expert in international relations, thank you very much for being with us on the show. With that, we come to the end of today's episode. Till the next one, take good care of yourselves.